in the group. Change is not so bad. We're seeing a lot of changes already, which we believe will redound to a lot of advantages to a lot of people in the countryside. Let me elaborate the rest of the proposals that were taken up during yesterday's workshop. We have number 6, the implementation of responsible mining with local value added such as processing and limiting raw material export. Some participants recommended to gradually eliminate the export of mineral ore to grow value-added processing and a strong mineral products industry domestically. Moving higher into the value chain by developing the iron and steel industry, the copper, wire, and tubes, and other metal-based industries will usher in the industrialization of the country. Number 7, you have the development and implementation of a national strategy for industries where the country has the greatest competitive advantage and preparing the local workforce for these industries. Participants noted the need to have a national strategy and development plan to identify areas where our country has the greatest competitive advantage, both domestically and globally, and the national strategy will identify specific sectors of competitive advantage to optimize the value and production of our land, our resources, and our people in a sustainable way. Participants recommended that we review how to remove silos to have an all-of-government approach across department, national, and local governments with strategic partnership with the private sector. This recommended action plan may identify industry clusters, and within these clusters, develop manufacturing and agriculture, farming, supply and value chain development. Participants recommended also that government develop within specific regions industries where we will have the most competitive advantage. For instances, areas like Clark and Batangas for manufacturing, Bohol for tourism, Negros for agriculture, Sarangani for fisheries, and Cagayan de Oro for agriculture and manufacturing. These clusters will require lower transport and logistics costs, lower energy costs, and pursue economies of scale. Within these clusters, SMEs may locate themselves as part of value and supply chain. There is a need to adopt a shared cost mindset to lower infrastructure costs, which may be achieved by consolidating requirements of roads, housing, ports, and airports in the cluster. These clusters are envisioned to become hubs to develop the skills and competencies of the local workforce of that region. Number 8 was improvement of transport network across the country to improve connectivity. There was a clear clamor to speedily implement infrastructure projects across the country. On airports and ports, participants recommended that government develop a clear national strategy which includes utilizing airports outside Metro Manila, such as Clark Airport or the military airports, and utilizing Batangas and Subic ports to decongest Metro Manila. To improve connectivity, participants suggested the development of regional airports and the Sasa port. On roads and mass transport projects, particularly recommended as actionable items were the North-South Railway projects, the C6 projects, and the Cebu Bus Rapid Transit project, and the most important one of all, the Mindanao Railway. Review of the Conditional Cash Transfer Program. The participants recommended to review the CCT program because they perceive this program as one that promotes dependency on the government. They noted that the best protection of the poor is to give them the opportunity to learn skills and get a job that is long-term intervention that teaches them to catch fish rather than to give them fish. The participants suggested enhancing social protection initiatives by including cash for work, livelihood projects, provisions of supplemental feeding in schools, and support to MSMEs for capitalization, capacity building, research and development, equipment, marketing, and promotion. The last but not the least is the reduction in the bottlenecks in the PPP and infrastructure projects and respect for the sanctity of contracts. Participants want concrete measure to address factors preventing speedy implementation of vital infrastructure projects. Factors include synergy between the local and national government and implementing institutions, and right-of-way issues such as informal settlers' location. This applies to PPP projects and those funded through the national government. At the same time, delegates also want the incoming administration to assure that the existing and future infrastructure contracts will be honored. These, Mr. President, are the business leaders' aspirations, and we look forward to you as our CEO with your whole cabinet as the chief operating officers to assist you. You can give the signal and the whole country will follow. Thank you very much.
May we request Secretary Dominguez to please stand and introduce our honorable guest.